What's up, you guys? Welcome to the video. My name is Julio Hernandez, founder of RP Films and RP Tinting. And today we're gonna go over 10 common questions that window tinters get and that we get here in our shop every day or very often, and the answers to those questions so you guys might be able to answer those for your customers. Or if you're a consumer and you just wanna learn more about window tint, keep watching this video.
How long does window tint take to dry?
Window tint can vary as far as drying periods. If it's in the summer, it can literally dry in like 30 minutes or an hour. If it's baking outside, it can dry pretty quickly. If it's winter, it can take longer for it to dry because there's water and moisture trapped in between the film. So we recommend people to not roll down their windows for 48 hours, but there are some shops that say you can roll it down the same day. It's not recommended, but I know we can. Not really a huge risk, but there's still the risk that there's water underneath there and it can peel if you roll down the window.
Is window tint installed on the inside or outside of my vehicle?
Window tint is installed on the inside of the vehicle. A lot of people think that it's installed on the outside because we mold and shrink the film on the outside. Basically, it looks like this, where we lay it down, we shape it to the shape of the glass, we mold it to the shape of the glass, and then we install it on the inside. If anyone's installing window tint on the outside of your windows, they're definitely not doing a good job. Make sure you tint them on the inside.
What's the best tint shade for privacy?
The best tint shade for privacy that we carry is the 5% window tint. So that's actually what I'm installing right here. Basically, you're sitting in the car and I can see out, but they can't see in. And we do have a 3% we used to sell, and that's just a little bit darker, but this is what you want for privacy. I can see you, but you can't see me. If you want to get privacy tint on your car, make sure to go with the 5%.
Will window tinting affect my car's resale value?
It can. So, like, a lot of people prefer to have the car tinted. If you get like a standard tint, like 5 and 35 in the front, most people are pretty happy with that. We have a lot of dealership guys that'll come in and they resell cars, so they'll come and get the back half tinted and sometimes the front half, and then that does help increase the value a little bit. A good quality install will definitely increase the value, but if you have a film that's turning purple or bubbling, then it'll do the opposite. It'll actually make the car look worse, and now they've got to pay hundreds of dollars to get the tint removed. So a high quality install with a popular shade, yes. Low quality install, no. So yes, I think so, yes.
What's the warranty on tint?
So the warranty on tint differs from product to product and shop to shop, but just like a standard is they warranty delaminating, peeling. If the film fails in the first few years, like if it turns brown or if it like blisters everywhere, usually people will warranty installer errors. Like if the film wasn't installed properly, there's a gap, or it comes off for whatever reason. So those are all different types of warranties that are generally covered by installation, but all film will fade over time. So typically, unless it fades quickly, fading is not covered under warranty in the first 5 years.
Will tinting affect my GPS, phones, or radio signals?
All right, so back in the day, they used to use metallized films in order to get higher heat rejection, just the technology at the time, and it was causing radio and GPS frequency problems, so people couldn't use their radio GPS properly. That was old technology. It's no longer a problem anymore because the technology is just adapted and changed. So we no longer are using metallized films in our installations. Here in the States, it's not common. So yeah, no longer an issue here in the United States.
Can you tint windshields legally?
Yes, you can, but with a clear film. So 70% clear film is literally transparent film. A lot of people think you got to go dark, or that tint necessarily means that you have to have a dark film. There are different types of film, and as you can see in the images that we're going to put, the 70% clear is literally a transparent film. You'll have no issues with the police or visibility. But what it does, it keeps the heat out, and it helps protect from IR or UV and IR damage. So I personally recommend a 50%. It's a very minimal tint. It's what I have on my vehicle. I'm sure we'll have a little example here, but that's a really, really nice option. Gives you a slight bit of privacy, and it looks cool, and it does block out heat as well. But highly recommend our Ceramic Plus for that.
Is it worth paying more for high quality tint?
Yes, in my opinion, yes, because if you get a low quality film, we'll put some images of what can happen. If you put like a really low end dye film, you know, although it might look good in the moment, what will happen is it'll start to delaminate, it'll peel, it'll cause, it won't, you know, keep out much heat at all, and it's gonna end up fading quickly. So I personally think you should invest into either a carbon or ceramic film. You don't necessarily need to go with the highest end product that we sell, but I highly recommend getting at least a carbon product that we carry. It's gonna last you a long time. It's gonna have good performance out of the product. It's gonna have great optical clarity. If you get a lower end product, maybe it has low angle haze, it can be difficult to see out of. And so we don't recommend a low quality film. Visibility at night will be an issue. Always recommend getting a high quality product.
Can window tint be applied on sunroofs or panoramic roofs?
Yes, you can apply window tint to those. Most people put like a 70% or 50% option, but some people want to go with the darker option. So you could definitely apply an automotive window tint on the sunroofs. It's just kind of messy because there's water coming down on you. So yeah, definitely recommend doing it. It comes out really nice and it does keep out the heat.
Can I fix a bad tint job?
Yes, we definitely can, but some can be much harder than others. So for example, if it's all like purple and bubbled and all that stuff, sometimes you have to take the glass out of the car and literally, you know, steam it and like take it all off with a blade. If it hasn't been on there too long, it's just like you're not happy with the contamination, then that we can, you know, fix pretty easily. So yeah, we definitely can. It just costs more money at the end of the day.
Can I tint my windows myself? Is it hard?
Well, as you can see here, it's hard. It's not easy. Maybe some cars are a little bit easier than others, but if you don't have any experience tinting, not saying you can't, I'm just saying you definitely will get tint on the window, but you'll probably burn through a lot of film. You're gonna struggle quite a bit, and you're probably gonna get a lot of contamination, wrinkles. But if it's something you want to try, then definitely try it out. But most of the products out there in the market that are for sale, like at the stores, are very low quality. So kind of a gimmick for you to kind of fail. So just make sure you're getting a high quality DIY product. But I mean, yeah, if you're a savvy car guy, you can take off all the panels and take off, you know, create enough space for yourself to work, then yeah, I'm sure you could tint it yourself.
Is window tint covered by car insurance?
Window tint is covered by car insurance if you have the documentation. So if you got in a wreck, yeah, you could get it replaced, but they're gonna need a receipt from the shop. So yes, keep your receipt to make sure if you ever have an accident or someone breaks in, the insurance will cover it. All right, guys, thank you for watching. And if you guys are interested in continuing to watch videos like this, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment what you'd like to see. Appreciate you guys watching. And if you're here to the end, appreciate you to the max. I don't know how do you say that. I really appreciate you. All right, so see you in the next video.